Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys 3 of my best tips to improve your accuracy and to hit way more shots in this game. So if you guys are feeling like you're missing a lot of shots, if you guys really need some help when it comes to aim, definitely stay to the end of the video because these tips are extremely good and going to help you guys out when it comes to hitting more shots and also hitting higher damage shots than other players, because I know a lot of you guys may be using shotguns and hitting 30 damage consistently, but I'm going to show you guys some very good tips that you guys can use to improve your aim and become a lot better at this game very quickly. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys want to take part in this giveaway, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video and when I announce the giveaway winners. And lastly, make sure you guys do comment down below either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into my next giveaway. So if you want some free V-Bucks, make sure you guys do enter. And also, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom, click on support a creator, type in my code. My creator code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to give you guys 3 specific tips that you guys can use to help you guys out when it comes to winning more gunfights and overall just hitting way more shots against other players. Because if you guys are struggling when it comes to aiming, I'm going to give you guys some very good tips that you guys can use that's going to help you guys improve your aim tenfold very quickly. And they're just a few simple things you can do immediately after watching this video. So the first thing that you guys can do that's going to help you guys improve your aim very quickly is going to be making sure you don't rush your shots. Now this can be a little bit tricky because sometimes you want to, but I've seen a lot of you guys miss shots or miss very easy shots you guys should hit. I do it myself sometimes too in games where I have a very easy shot on the other player, but maybe I just take the shot too quickly, I rush the shot, or maybe I panic. So sometimes taking that extra maybe half second to line up your shot can actually be a good benefit to yourself when it comes to hitting more shots, hitting higher damage shots, and just being overall much more consistent in this game. Now here is kind of the rule of thumb. If you're going against the sweatiest of players ever, you're going to have to be very quick because they're going to be constantly building and editing. But if you're going against maybe a below average, or even just a little bit above average player, I would highly recommend to you guys that you really take your time to line up. When I say really take your time, I don't mean like spend 10 seconds lining up your shot, but maybe spending that extra maybe half or quarter second more lining up your shot to hit a higher damage shot is going to help you guys out a ton. So sometimes just being patient when you are lining up your shot can go a very long way. Obviously, like I said just earlier, if you're going against the sweatiest of players, you're probably not going to have that extra split second to line up your shot. So you have to be very careful. Like I said, if you go against any below average, even just slightly above average, I recommend trying to line up your shot, being a little bit more patient, and just trying to focus on hitting the highest damage you can. But if you're going against the sweatiest player you've ever seen in your life, then you got to play as quick as possible. It's got to be flick shots, quick edits, and whatever the case may be, but you have to be very fast. But for the most part, you are going to be able to line up your shots, and sometimes being patient can go a long way. So the second thing that you guys can do that's going to improve your aim very quickly or just allow you to hit way more shots is going to be, I've had it happen a lot of times in games. I've had a lot of success doing it. So say for example, another player is like 100 meters away, 100 yards away, whatever the case may be. So say they're 100 meters away and you want to go for a shot on this player, you want to fight the other player. A lot of the times what I started doing more, it's been more effective because you can, if the guy's 100 meters away, take a couple shots. Maybe you hit 1 or 2 damage shots. So you're chipping off, say 25, 50 damage at most from range. So what I like to do instead is if I see the other player 100 yards in front of me, what I like to do is I wait to get a little bit closer to the other player before I take the shot, because if I'm close enough to the other player, which I would say within 40 to 45 meters of the other player, I know for sure I can hit twice as many shots. So if I'm 100 meters, I could probably hit 1 or 2 damage, but if I'm within 30, 40 or even 50 meters of the other player, I guarantee you I could probably hit the other guy 4, maybe 5 times my assault rifle. So just being a little bit more patient, getting a little bit closer to the other player, I'm going to be able to hit for more damage much easier because the player is much closer. Because when it comes to aim assist in this game, the closer you are to the other player, the more aim assist you're going to have, or at least how it feels. So if you're point blank to the other player, you're going to have a very strong aim assist, and if you're like 300 meters away, you're basically gonna have like no aim assist whatsoever. So what you want to do is, if you're able to, obviously if the guy turns around, you want to take a shot, but if the guy's in the distance and you are able to get a little bit closer before you take the shot, I highly recommend doing it, because it's going to be much easier to line up your shots, it's going to be much easier to hit your shots, and you're going to hit the other player for much more damage a lot easier, just because you're a little bit closer to the other player, meaning you're going to have more aim assist, so your shots are going to be much more accurate. And that's something you guys can do without having to improve your aim too drastically. It's just, if you are able to get as close to the other player as possible before you engage the gunfight, that way you're hitting for the most amount of damage because you have no bullet drop off, and at the same time you're going to be much more accurate because the guy isn't across the map. And at the same time, say you hit the guy from 100 meters, they have way more time to pop minis and more shields, versus if you're like 20 or 30 meters away, because as soon as you get damage, you can rush them right away, and you can get as much damage off on the other player, and you get elimination very quickly on that player. So that's what I recommend doing if you are able to get a little bit closer to the other player, because the closer you are, the more aim assist you're going to have. And so the third and final thing you guys can do to improve your aim and hit way more shots is just going to be improving your positioning when you are going to shoot other players. And just to give you guys a very simple example, say the other guy is like 30 or 40 meters in front of you, and there's like bushes, there's trees. So say you're in the middle of like Weeping, or wherever where there's going to be a lot of buildings. There's just basically a lot of builds. You really just don't have a shot on the other player. You see the other guy, but you don't have the best angle possible. So one thing you can do to improve your aim much more is going to have better positioning. So for example, what you can do is, if you see the other player, maybe there's a couple builds around, what you can do is you can ramp up twice. And you're not really ramping up to try to protect from the other player shooting at you. You're basically just ramping up a couple stories, so you have a much better angle on the other player. Another example of this is, say, same situation, there's builds all over the place. What you can do is you can ramp on top of a nearby building, and once you're on top of that building, you're going to have a much clearer angle of the other player. Not only are you going to have high ground, but at the same time, you're going to have a much clearer angle on the other player. And a lot of you guys are probably just missing shots solely because you just don't have a good angle on the other player. Another example of this is challenging from the left-hand side, because if you're ever running around a corner, if you're challenging from the left-hand side, the guy who is on the right hand side of you is always going to have that first shot, and as well going to have a much better angle on you. So making sure you have the best angles possible, making sure that you just have a really clear shot on the other player is going to go a long way to improving your aim and hitting way more shots. So working on your positioning, making sure you're challenging from the best angle possible, at least in that situation. Not all the time are you going to have these advantages. Sometimes you're going to have to say, screw it, I'm at like 2 HP, I just have to go for a challenge. But for the most part, if you're able to get the best positioning possible, you really want to capitalize on that, because you're going to hit way more shots, you're going to be much more accurate, and as well you're going to hit way more damage on the other players. And that could be another reason why you guys are maybe hitting 30 damage pump shots, is even if you're able to shoot the other player, you're really just not having the best angle possible. So when you are hitting shots, you're only hitting for like 1 or 2 pellets, so you're basically only hitting for 30 and maybe 40 damage at best. So giving yourself the best angle on the other player, and really just trying to have the best positioning, right? Just making sure you're trying to be as close as possible, and as well making sure you line up your shots and don't panic, are going to be the 3 most important things you guys can do to improve your aim right away. And you don't have to work on any sort of mechanics. Just doing those 3 things specifically is going to help you guys line up your shots much easier. You're going to be hitting way more damage, and you guys are for sure going to be winning more games. So with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys found this video helpful, make sure you guys do drop a like, make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Make sure you guys do turn on my post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video. And as well, I do live stream every single day here on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys come by my live streams. I play solos every single day on stream. I go crazy. I have me some good kills, get quite a few wins. So if you guys want to come out by my live streams, make sure you guys do so. Like I said, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every single day. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.